Hello, and if you are new, thank you for stopping past. Hopefully, you can become a part of the gang. And if you are returning, I am so glad to see you again. So as you can tell by the title of the video, I want to help somebody, you know, learn how to get through life in general with, you know, while dealing with mental disorders. Um, I am a serial entrepreneur that also has several mental disorders. So, yeah, I had to become very creative and figure some things out. That way that I could continue to be, successful not only in business but in life because I'm also a mom and a wife. So, yeah, I had to figure it out. Like, I had to make this thing work. Um, and so, one thing that I do is I had to come to terms that I cannot be everything for everybody. So once I came to that term, that was the number one thing that I needed to do. And once I did come to those terms, then I was able to breathe a little bit more, like, a little easier because I'm like, I was always trying to, you know, be that person for everybody, but, in the long run, it just put me in a bad space a lot because I just couldn't do it. So, you know, that was one thing that I am so glad that I have changed. So I know it's a lot of us that try to be, helpful and try to be there for everybody, but now we got to focus on ourselves a little bit more. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I do on a regular basis is I make to-do lists, and I make it my business, if I can avoid it, is to stay on the list, to do not deviate from it. I have to stay on that list because this is what I have to get done. So the night before the next day, I always go ahead and write out a list. And of course, I'm not perfect, so some days I just wing it a little bit in my mind. I still think about it the day before what I have to do, but I try to write it down so I can check it off as I go. And I found that to be very helpful for me because I know I'm an overthinker, and with my some of my mental disorders cause me to, forget a lot. So a lot of things were being left undone because I just didn't remember to do them. So making a list definitely helps a lot. The third thing is when I'm working on that list, I allot everything on the list a time that I'm going to give it. So what I would do is if I'm going to do XYZ, okay, I'll give this 30 minutes. I'm going to set a timer because like I said, I'm an overthinker. I will get into something, start a project, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this done. So I'm going to continue to work on it until I'm satisfied with it. And a lot of times that means the whole day has gone past and I'm still on that first thing on the list. So now nothing else has gotten done. Now I'm behind. And the way that I, put a stop to that is I have to set a timer, and that has helped me a whole lot because once that timer goes off, no matter where I'm at in the project, it's done for the moment. I can, possibly revisit it later if I have time, but if not, it will go back on the list for the next day, and then I will come back to it. But that's one thing that has tremendously helped me as well is staying on a time schedule. Um, and the fourth thing is give yourself grace. Do not be so hard on yourself when you don't get everything done, because the bottom line is this is the reality. Things happen. So even though we have that list, I have that list, it's still some days that I don't get to everything, and that's okay. At least I've started it, and it's always tomorrow where I can go back and revisit whatever I need to revisit, and it's gonna be okay. So you have to give yourself grace because we are only human, and we don't need to put ourselves under so much pressure. Like, we're dealing with enough as is. So yeah, just, I'm hoping that this would help someone, because before I started doing all these steps, when I tell you, it was a disaster. Things were left undone. It's just a whole lot of things. I forgot to do this, I forgot to do that. And when you are running a business, there's no room for that, because your business can totally go a whole nother way. Same thing, I look at it the same way as in life. Like, there's no room for me to be forgetting to do what I have to do for my husband and for my children. So this would definitely help a lot. Just, these 4 little steps will make a difference in your life. And I hope that this will help someone. And if you have any more questions or anything, please feel free to leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But I'm here to try to help, because we are in this together. So, and with that being said, take care and be blessed.